Hello everyone! Welcome back to FUTU station. FUTU From Us to Us is an English-speaking podcast initiated by VOTES Indonesia Changemakers. VOTES Indonesia Changemakers initiates this FUTU session or this FUTU program to help VOTES members improve their English-speaking ability. So, if you want to be the guest for the next photo session, please kindly join VOTES Indonesia Changemakers. Okay, this is not a promotion, but this is an encouragement, everyone. All right, everyone, I'm Novi here, and I will be your host for today. And of course, as the best on the previous videos, I am not alone. I will be accompanied by a guest. Of course, he is a FUTU. He is a VOTES Indonesia Changemaker members, and he is Kak Akbar. Hello, Kak Akbar. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Kanofi. Thank you for having me here.
Okay, my pleasure, Kak Akbar. So, fun fact, everyone, this is my first time meeting Kak Akbar virtually, yeah. So, I haven't met Kak Akbar in VOTES facilitator or in VOTES partner, but here. Okay, so hopefully we can maintain our relationship, Kak Akbar, and I hope that this is not our last meeting, yeah, Kak Akbar.
Of
Okay,
course.
well done, everyone. For all of you, especially VOTES Indonesia Changemaker members, maybe you are familiar with Kak Akbar, who Kak Akbar is. But some of you who are not VOTES Indonesia Changemakers, or maybe VOTES Indonesia Changemaker subscribers or FUTU audiences here, like me, even though I'm a host, we are not really that familiar with Kak Akbar. So Kak Akbar, I will give you the floor to introduce yourself. Like maybe you can tell us briefly about your background, and then the time is yours, Kak Akbar.
Okay, thank you, Kanofi. So, hello everyone. My name is Akbar, and currently I am working in the Ministry of Finance as a staff in the Director General of Treasury in the Internal Compliance Divisions. And I have been joining VOTES since batch 18, if I'm not mistaken. It was my first chapter. And also from 2022, I think I started to take role in BA.CE.M, the creative house of VOTES Indonesia, and also building the VOTES Catappa as a green effort from VOTES Indonesia. So I think that's everything about me, Kanofi.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Akbar. So Kak Akbar is one of the staff in Ministry of Finance, and also right now Kak Akbar is maybe the director of VOTES Catappa, yeah, Kak
Yeah,
Akbar. Okay, and then Kak Akbar also involves in VOTES BA.CE.M. BA.CE.M is like one of the creative
division,
team
yeah, I could say,
in
yeah.
VOTES Indonesia Changemakers. Okay, well done. So Kak Akbar, maybe some of us are not familiar with VOTES Catappa. Would you like to tell me a little bit about VOTES Catappa?
So VOTES Catappa itself is actually some other division of from VOTES Indonesia, which is focused on the green effort. So if you guys have learned that we are all about human development, personal development, but then maybe we then realize that we are maybe a better person, right? But we do not have anywhere else to live other than in this planet. So that's why VOTES Indonesia is building a new division, which is a green division called VOTES Catappa, to enhance our awareness from people and also our partners to realize that we have to care more about our planet. That's why.
Okay, thank you so much. VOTES Catappa, not only developing human, not only human development that we are focusing in VOTES Indonesia Changemaker, but also we act as a greener, what is
Yeah.
that? Greener community, yeah, Kak Akbar. Wow, that's a wise and also that's a deep one. Okay, well done. Without further ado, Kak Akbar, here you can, I will give you the time to talk about your development up until now. I believe that you develop a lot since you were in college, and also you are in your working place, and also now you are joining VOTES Indonesia Changemakers. So Kak Akbar, the time is yours. I will give you the floor, and that's your time, please.
Okay, thank you, Kanofi. So My personal development, I think it started way back from my high school, maybe, because I first started to join organization back in high school. I joined some extracurricular in Indonesia. So I have the journalistic organization at my school at that time. And then what changed me a lot is when I get into my higher education during my university years. Because back in my high school, I was very introvert person. So I tend to be more silent than everyone else. And then when I get into my university at Stan, I became more extroverted. I embrace a lot of people. I mean, because maybe back at my high school years, I only met people from my city. It's a very small community, right? Because I came from small city called Jember in East Java. Maybe some of you have known that. But then when I get into my university years, I go to Jakarta, I mean, to continue my degree. And I met a lot of people from anywhere else, from Jakarta itself, from Central Java, from Sumatra, and everywhere else. So maybe that's why I get to be more open to people, to everyone else, and also to more chances, including in joining votes. So I think joining votes was one of the best choice that I made, because it taught me to be more expressive, I think, because I do not really realize that I had it in me to be more outspoken person before I joined votes. And it changed me a lot during my time in Votes Indonesia. So I think that's all for my story, Kanovi.
Okay, well done. Thank you so much, Kak Akbar, for the for such a inspiring and also meaningful experiences. So I can conclude that uh, your journey, your development, or your personal development journey made you from what is that, from introverted person become extroverted person. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I could say like that.
the journey changed your personality, yeah, based on what you like experience. Okay, beginning from extroverted, even though you join extracurricular in your high school and also in your university as well, you join some sort of like activities and also organizations, and because of the environment as well, and also environment changes you. You met since during your university time, you met a lot of people coming from all over parts of Indonesia. So that's why you try to open you try to be more open, and then that environment, what is that? Encourage courage you to be more active. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
All right. Okay, well done. So, based on your experience, it leads to several questions that I would like to ask. So, this will be our session for the next one. And
Okay.
then, my first question, since you told me that joining Votes Indonesia Changemaker is your best choice, yeah. Okay, that is very beneficial maybe for you. So, my question is, how far is your changes
So
after you join Votes Indonesia Changemakers?
okay, so I remember I joined in Votes Indonesia in 2021, right after I
Mm,
finished my what you call bachelor degree. And then so it was batch 18, but honestly I've been following Votes Indonesia since batch 1, since the very first batch from Kang Farid's personal Instagram account. But I
yeah.
have never got the courage to join until 2021. So uh, when I finally met the person in Ports Indonesia, met with my facilitators, I feel like they are all strangers, right? We were all strangers. I
Mm,
mean, because we do not know each other before. We haven't met in real life, like you mentioned, because
yeah.
we have never met before, right? But then
Mm,
in Votes Indonesia, with its safe, I think it's very safe environment to learn, because we do not have any judgment here. We do not
mm,
have any
yeah.
hesitation to talk more about ourselves or anything that is given as a prompt. And then it changed me to become better at work. So
Mm.
before, I was really hesitate to tell or to speak out about my mind to my supervisors, maybe, or maybe to my friends at work. But then after several months joining VOTES Indonesia, both as partners and also facilitators, I think it gave me more courage and confidence. So that's how VOTES Indonesia changed my life in general, I think.
Okay. Yeah, well done. So in general, VOTES Indonesia Changemaker helps you a lot in terms of your what is that? In terms of your confidence, yeah, in terms of your
Yes, yeah,
confidence. So from hesitant to speak up, you can speak up right now to your supervisors, um and also maybe there are a lot of the person who supports you, and
yeah,
also so that you say VOTES Indonesia Changemaker becomes your safe zone, because there aren't any judgmental opinion, and also we do not judge each other. Yeah.
it's
Okay.
true.
Well done. Well, it leads to the next question. The next question would be, um how can you, like, for you said that you improves a lot after joining VOTES in terms of your confidence, and then how do you how do you solve the challenge? There must be some sort of like a challenge, and how do you solve that?
Yeah, so if I may tell you a story, I was asked to be a director at in VOTES Indonesia by Kang Farid itself. It started when I uploaded my story, I mean, an Instagram story
Mhm.
about how I achieved my progress so far in VOTES Indonesia. And then Kang Farid asked me, challenged me. He asked me, do you want to join VOTES Indonesia as director at BA.CE.M? So it was not called as BA.CE.M before, it was called, I forget, but it was some
Mhm.
creative house, something like that.
Yeah.
But then I took some days to think because I do not know if am I really that okay to join VOTES Indonesia as director
Yeah, yeah.
and everything like that. So, and finally I replied Kang Farid, and okay Kang, I will try to give my best to develop myself and also develop VOTES Indonesia creative house. So that's my very first challenge in VOTES Indonesia, other than being facilitators. And
Mm-hmm.
then, so yeah, maybe to answer some challenges, I think we just have to agree first. So it's not being a yes man, but I think we have to embrace the challenge first.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if we are given a challenge, the giver of the challenge must be seeing something that we do not see. So I think
Yeah.
that's the very first thing that I learned from VOTES Indonesia. Kang Farid saw something in me that I could do to improve VOTES Indonesia. So he gave me that challenge. And it also happened at my work. So my supervisor might think of me of capable of something that I may
Mm-hmm.
not realize before. But then when he gave me that challenge, when I say yes to it and I try to do it, even though I do not have any knowledge at first about this challenge itself. But then when
Yeah.
I try to do it, and the time goes, I ask my peers, I ask some other friends, I ask strangers even to how to do this challenge, and then that's how I managed to cope with the challenge and overcome it. So I think that's my story.
Wow, that was very inspiring. Okay, so embrace the
Thank you.
challenges, yeah. And it might we do not know what we are going to be, yeah. As you said, something that you might not see. Maybe everyone can see in you, deep down in
Yeah.
you. Okay, well done. That's a great, Kak Akbar. And then we have a lot of things to talk. However, the time is not enough. So I will give you the floor to close the session, and it would be your time to give to the audience says like some sort of like tips and trick. Maybe some of them want to develop themselves. However, they are still afraid of that to do that. So, Kak Akbar, maybe some words for you for them. Okay, please.
Okay. So I think it's so I got inspired from your question. Kind of it's about challenge. So as many people said, life is full of challenges, but then we can choose which challenge that we want to take.
Yeah.
So yeah, so do not get stuck in something, but embrace one challenge, the very first challenge that you want to take. Pick the very first challenge that comes into your mind that it's suitable with your capability. And then after you embrace that challenge, you will just know the path, and the path will open for you. And sometimes it comes from unexpected ways. So it could be from your surrounding, it could be from the Instagram, maybe when you were scrolling, and then you get the idea that you never thought about. So that's but at the very first time, you have to start to embrace the challenge, to accept the challenge, and be confident that just like in the religion, in Islam, so if you've given a challenge, it means that you can do it, right? So even if you do not realize it at first, but everyone knows that you can do it. So maybe sometimes having some other people to trust to give you feedback or input, that's also very important to build your confidence up. So yeah, I think that's all, Kanofi.
Okay, well done. Thank you so much, Kak Akbar, for the last words or for the words, for the tips and also the tricks. The first thing first is embrace the challenge, but we have to be more, what is that? We have to be more um, careful what kind of challenges that we want to choose, okay, and whether that challenges can be suitable with us or not. And also the second is we need to we need to keep going on of what we are going to try as well, and don't be afraid, I guess, yeah,
Yeah.
of any what is that, of any kind of activities. And even though we do not know what the ends will be, yeah, sometimes it will leads to unexpected what is that,
Yeah,
encounters, right?
of course.
Okay,
Even if
all
it's
right.
failure, yeah, Kanofi.
Even it's
You will
failure, because sometimes,
always learn something, right?
yeah, of course. I do really agree with what Kak Akbar said. Yeah, failures. We can learn from our failures itself, and that failures become our what is that? Become our positive yeah, what positive encounters at the end. Okay, well then, thank you, Kak Akbar, for the time.
Thank you
I
so
think the
much,
time is
Kanofi.
enough for today, for the last for the session. I hope to see Kak Akbar in person, and see you, Kak Akbar, on another
Bye.
journey.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye.